Welcome to a Rorschach and a reading for Sophia. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here is your ink blot made in your name and essence. Feel free to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms. And Sophia, Source Sophia, thank you and for giving back to your namesake. When you're ready, let's close the eyes, cleansing the palate, activating the abstract mind, and awakening our ancient awareness. When you're ready to perceive and receive symbolic support, let's go. All right, Sophia. I know there's another pronunciation and probably more. And Sophia, though, is more traditional over here in the West. I do feel like it's Sophia, so there's another energy running through it as well, that very clearly stepping forward. Okay, but Sophia, I want to start with seeing like this halo. So maybe you play the video game Halo, or I'm really getting the vibe. Okay. You know, in those older, maybe even non-old, they could be current, but forgive me, more religious paintings, and there would be like a golden aura around somebody's head if they were perhaps have a prominent position, something along that lines. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling is around you, and that there's this opportunity that you have while incarnate. And I feel like it kind of came with you, like a golden rainbow kind of sorts. Like there's just something about your aura. And I'm hearing a saying that makes me laugh a little bit because it's a personal joke around it. Not joke in a bad way, but I love the world and the world loves me. Like that's just how it feels. And it feels really, really wonderful. All right. But I'm also seeing this like a geisha character. I was going to say creature, but character. But there's something about a particular amount of poise to hold your position. So I don't know exactly what you may do for a living or what you do for a hobby or what you truly love to do. But there is some sort of balance. But it's like you have an infinite amount of resources around you because things will be called in wherever your attention goes, energy flows type feel. And they're, again, with this, they kind of come in through this auric, when it's of your highest, purest intention in the current personality residing in the expression of a Sophia or Sophia. It just floods in, and then it's a matter of like I'm seeing like a threading needle and then picking out the details, right? There's something about that. There's a lot of passion, something about the ears and the feet. It's almost as if I can hear now, whether this is for you, of you, or advice, I don't know. And it's not my place to necessarily discern and decide. But it's almost as if, like people who walk their talk, you can hear through their talking if their footsteps match that. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like in your listening. That's why I'm getting the sense it's external in an observational state. And it's like when you decide wherever your attention and focus goes, when resources, people, places, or things start stepping forward or you bump into them by accident and it seems by luck, that's when the Sophia energy steps forward and listens. Do they walk their talk? Do they mean what they say? And do you say what you mean? And when you decide through your own collection, you embrace with open arms. There's also this little bit of a fiery feel. So it's kind of like rose petals on fire. So when you are passionate about something, is how it's feeling through me. Like when you are passionate and you yourself are like dancing and listening and walking and talking and doing what you do, it's like a rose on fire. And I mean that as a compliment. And And I don't know how else to say that any more clearly. And it's probably not very clear at all, but it feels well, not like a flaming rose. But when you're passionate, you're passionate. And it's almost as like I hear again that little threading the needle. Like a particular balance is in the awareness so that your passion doesn't turn to fury. Does that make sense? Like sometimes you can maybe get a little obsessed about something or get laser focused. Thank you. Laser is the term in relation to the fiery rose. So when your attention gets so laser focused sometimes, it can like engrave and it can be a little sharp, right? So there's this laser to a softer blooming of a rose. And it's like working between the two. It's how it's feeling for me. I hope that makes sense for you. I'm seeing gold flaking. You know, if you were doing crafts or something like that, and like I was looking around as though I would have it here. No, I don't have it here. And you were not necessarily antiquing something, but adding something, adding a little bit of shine. And it's like that, the gold up here, like you're adding a little bit of sparkle. Maybe it's just simply sparkles, the gold leafing or something along that lines. All right, Sophia, I'm going to start adding on some oracle cards over here in this perspective anyway. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me. If you are here immersed in the name collective of Sophia. I also feel like there's somebody in spirit, naturally, with this namesake as well, but they are stepping forward from the light. But it's making me feel as though, or I can sense you might have been named after someone. Like you yourself are of a lineage where somebody else maybe was named Sophia, and you are the namesake. Being asked to be called down here. I think I just put these all back. That's fine. It's all good. I'm actually going to flip it to win it if you don't mind. I'm just being called and I'm going to follow that. There's that. Kind of looks like a trophy cup, but again, it's made of roses. I don't know if somebody's always education. Okay, so you might have recently graduated or are a graduate of something. And whether or not this reward or trophy was given to you by students or the academia, but it's like somebody anyway in spirit, Sophia, is handing you for whatever work you've done in traditional societal school systems or spiritual school. Feels like somebody from spirit, possibly also in the physical realm, if it manifested through there, about what work you've been done. Because I feel like you came here with just, I don't know. I don't want to say a mission. There's encouragement here that's also come through. And that's that spirit, education and encouragement. Like, how nice is that? And I hope you can feel that. I don't know if you're like a golden child or maybe just an only child, and that kind of makes it, I'm not going to say easy, that sets you apart being an only child. But even from spirit, like I feel as though they're cheering you on for something. They're cheering you on. Now I'm seeing, like in the trophy cup, like two hands coming together, almost like a high five. There's a circle in there as well. Sorry, I'm going to dive right in here. You have some sort of protection. Yeah, you have some sort of protection from any sort of stormy fields. Yes, I have cat hair all over me. From any sort of stormy fields. One day I will figure that out. They're like, excuse me. I don't know if they're wolves or dogs or something along that lines. If you can see them in there. It definitely feels more dog-like. It's like your energy has this ability to actually transform stormy energy into love. Like if this was a storm, your energy, your ability, your perspective can see that, and then it finds, or the laser, right? It finds the point and then spreads out, and it transforms like darkness or just simply like really dense energy and emotion into lightness and love. That's really, really nice. I'm going over here. Thank you. What else do we have here? I feel like you were picked. Could be a very obscure way of saying it, but Sophia energy, you were like picked up from the litter. Picked from the litter. I know that's very animal-esque, but you know, like when you go and maybe if there's dogs or cats, this does feel more kitten-oriented. And you kind of get to choose. Maybe you're even adopted. But it's like you were picked. Even in your incarnation here and now, if you're not adopted, but maybe you do resonate with that, there's something that you are still chosen. There's some sort of alchemy going on. Faith in the process and restore and replenish. We were just talking about that. So remember when we were in the rose trophy, right? So here, and I want to note the coloring, and if I can do this. So this was, no, there we go. It's like down here in the dense emotion, right? And it's almost as if your energy gives people hope and faith in the process, because there's energies like you that don't need to be there necessarily, but they can feel it and they find that point. The Sophia energy finds the point. This person is in the point, right? Goes in the point, and then blooming can happen around it. And it's in that moment, like a rebirthing is happening. And maybe it's you, Sophia. Maybe you can resonate with that sensation of being in a rebirth. But there's been that claw, and I don't mean claw being nasty. It's that whole pick of the litter feeling again. But I'm seeing that. Is it a game? I don't think it's actually a game, but maybe it is. Like a vending machine game. You put the coin in, you pick the claw. What else do we have going on down here for the Sophia energy? I'm seeing something, but my mind can't quite see what it is. Spells. There's that love. This is like love stuff. Guidance. Give me a moment. And tea leaves foresight. What do we have on the bottom? Abundance. Thank you. That is helpful. So as I was traveling down your ink blot, my mind was trying to discern and decide what I was seeing down here as I like zoom out and zoom in, because this helicopter feeling, I'll just say, right, this helicopter feeling, I feel like you do a lot of astral traveling or spirit traveling. And when I was looking down at this contraption, I'll say, actually what it really reminds me of, I don't think I still have it around here, is like a little stand that would hold a crystal or a crystal ball. My phone is doing something incredibly odd. I apologize for that, but there was like a weird glow. First time. Okay. This spells came in, and all the coloring though is close, right? The reds and the yellow. And then the guidance came in. So it's almost as if like the love that you have, the spiritual spell-like energy that is almost infused in your name, emanates out like guidance for people. And then as I'm seeing this cup of tea leaf readings, and maybe you do read tea leaves, or it's something that will catch your attention to explore as we're here together. And I'm going to try and put this together as I'm seeing it. So it's like, this is a cauldron of spells, but it's of love. Like, you carry a really high vibration of love and hope and faith. Okay. I don't really know any other words to describe it, and someone could go, that's so cheesy. I don't know, but there it is. You might even have blonde hair, but you don't have to. All right. So there's like that spell kind of feeling. This is in the positive nature. It can go to the more negative, but if you've had those experiences or are moving through it right now, it's almost as if you're experiencing that, so you'll have compassion when you interact with other energies, so you'll know how to raise them up, right, without really having to do a whole lot unless you decide to step forward. So it's almost like helping people by having gone through it, or to have some sort of not only education, book smarts about it, but you've also gone through. Like, I'm seeing an actor right now, and not only do they accept the role and they will read their lines, which is the traditional education about it, they will also maybe, through different encouragements and interactions, whatever they feel resonated with that character, they might do things to more embody it for a while, to really put the skin on. Does that make sense? Okay, I don't want to butcher that, but nonetheless. Okay, so then as I was in the spells and the guidance of tarot, like, you become almost like a golden cup. Again, I still am triggered over to, in a positive way, to go down the rabbit hole of, you might be an only child, or of amongst your sibling space, you're the black sheep, but not the black sheep. Right? There's just, maybe you're the favorite. Maybe you're the favorite. And then coming into the foresight, it's like, and you can take all this, and then it brings me as though I'm looking at a cup, and you're reading to the point. Like, the bottom of the cup again is a point. Is the point. Transforming from density to have faith in the process, to restore and replenish. Hope and faith. Why? For abundance. Like, really just for abundance. Abundance of energy and abundance of awareness. And it's almost as if it's very empowering for people, if I may. I feel very empowered looking at your Rorschach. I'm going to flip it one more time. You might be clear. What is the one where you smell things? You might smell a perfume. Somebody's perfume. It's another female's. Might have been somebody you lost. They too as well come from this golden auric energy. King of Swords. Yeah, they hold a position. Could be a male. But I feel like it smells sweet. Thank you. Like a feminine. So, thank you. See how he is there, but there's roses over his traditional garb. That's the sweet smell again. More roses. There's a big old barn swallow in there, indicating it probably is somebody in family. I just heard birth father. If there's a line of a Sophia that is stepping forward and is adopted. Ace of Pentacles. If you were adopted, it was about giving you an opportunity and a stable foundation to grow in. King of Cups and King of Swords. But this king is in the masculine and this king is in the feminine. You might be adopted because your parents are in a same-sex marriage. It feels like just this Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. Look at all that gold in there. All the lights. And even in like just love and light, love and light. I don't know how else to reaffirm love and light to the Sophia collective and to source Sophia as well. It's so beautiful. There's so much hope your presence gives. Even as I'm seeing, I almost want to go lotus, but it's very clear to me it's rose. Maybe that's as well a name that means something to you. You know what? You might even also have a spirit guide named Rose. What is already with you? Okay. Sophia's receiving. Again, look at that gold, 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 gold. And bring it into form. All right. On the bottom, we have spirals of manifestation. There we go. Thank you. All right, Sophia's, I'm just going to throw these over your Inkblot here because the spirit guide is with you. So there is definitely a very prominent spirit guide that is with you. And all these butterflies, I believe when I was seeing it like gold leafing earlier, but they're there as well. What is already with you? Yes. Okay. So if you are adopted, your birth father is already with you. Like the energy of that, the lineage of that line. And the name that you, whether it linearly makes sense or not, is infused with your bloodline lineage. But you have been blessed. And I'm very clearly hearing that word with the opportunity and the Ace of Pentacles for a very loving foundation with who is with you as parents now, as your guardians now, even if parents don't necessarily align in the wordage. You are music. You are music. It's like I can hear you saying something, Sophia, to a parent figure. Again, this could be, aunt, uncle, grandparents, this, that, or the other. And you are just music. Like when you call, you are music to their ears. When you share what's going on, good, bad, or ugly. Because there's just such an adoration for you and for what you exude. Because when you step forward and you call, when you step forward to talk, when you bring your emotions and energy into form, when maybe you're at work and you earnestly communicate, there's sound. Beyond your, like, coming back to the beginning, like, mean what you say what you mean, or those who walk their talk. You are very authentic. You are very authentic, and it is felt in your speech and your sound. And I want to know that we were talking about the ears earlier because you're always listening for people's speech and what their feet do. And then here we are with the face of the speech and the feet. Mean what you say and say what you mean. But you also uphold yourself to that same integrity. Because you've got like this guidance. And that's where I come back to the tarot as well. It's like you have a golden guidance system. Does that make sense, Sophia? All right. I'm going to add on a few more cards here as we get ready to close. I thoroughly am so grateful that you have joined me, and I do hope that this has empowered your eyes, your energy, ignited your psyche and your psychic senses, you know, and to wander the curious storytelling, to move beyond the box and think about things or release them freely. It has been my honor and my pleasure, and I'm thoroughly, thoroughly grateful. All right, closing out messages for Sophia. Sophia, thank you. On the bottom, we have the song. Never mind if they're upside down, because my decks are usually all over the place. And you have it here with the music. And I also want to note that in the feet, like, see all that frequencies? You are music to someone's ears. So we have, oh no. And then 2 cards that do not have words attached to them. So if you want to give me a moment, because what I'm being brought back to is, okay, I can't even. All right, I'm being brought back. No, I'm going to give her a go. I'm going to go through my creative chaos here for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so education, encouragement, and storm fields. Okay, so there's, I believe there were like close to the 3 that came up. And the education, I feel like you've done it. You know, you've done a particular phase of education. Your encouragement comes in. You have encouragement from a lot of people, and you are open to receive from those that you love and care about. And they freely share it because you are their music. You are music to their ears. And hopefully you feel that in return when they step forward with you and sit with you or visit with you or teach you, if these are teachers, okay? And if there's any storms coming your way, and if it appears that there's weather on the horizon and you're like, oh no, but look at his, I don't know if the lighting will allow that to happen. Okay. It's not about an ignorance of saying, I don't need to worry about storms like beneath me. That's not what it's feeling like. Because Sophia has this poise about the energy of the name. And this is just saying in a very silly way, like this little face here of this fairy is like, the storms don't scare, like you'll make a silly face at the storm because you understand the energy. And then there's that eye, right? Always come back to the eye, and you have it in both perspectives. The eye of the storm. And though it might create fury, because like your energy in itself, when that passion can become furious, right? If something's not, it's like, okay, pause. You know, don't shift. Hold on. Don't shift into the negative, because when any sort of destruction or change, and I don't mean destruction necessarily having to be devastating, but how that is received by others is on so many different levels. So destruction, devastation, to just simply change, right? To somebody with OCD, changing the cupboard around could be devastating to their plan, right? So I don't want to minimize anything or to the gratitude of anything. A storm is a storm is a storm. But you are the one that has some sort of ability to see it and go, oh no, come to your center, prepare, as your energy will be asked to hold the faith, to restore and replenish. Even if this isn't for other people, this is in your energy, is how I'm feeling it. As others are you, reflections of you, and you are reflections of them. So Sophia's, there's either a massive transformation going on about your perception of things and the way, or at least how I'm receiving it, and going, okay, I may not see a lot of hope and faith in the world. And I do feel like there's a particular industry that you're in that you went to school for or have spiritually been taught through your line, or that is a natural gift that helps others in that space. And it's beautiful. It's really, it's already with you. It's you're receiving a lot of encouragement from, I think, a lot of people around you, and hopefully yourself, to remind you that you are the song. You are the song, and sing. I'm also seeing squirrels. So have fun. I hope you're having fun, Sophia. I really, really do. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much. And until next time.